Hi guys, welcome back again to my channel. If this is your first time stopping by, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome as well. My name is Ifeanyi. I'm a Nigerian but I'm based in America. Yeah, and it's been 2 years I've been here now. And if you're a first time subscriber, my channel is basically beauty, lifestyle, yeah, just my daily life activity as an international student in America, my little updates, my little wins, my little victories, and one or two things I know about life. That's what my YouTube channel is about: beauty, lifestyle, vlogs. Yeah, and if you're a returning subscriber, you already know what we do on this channel. Hi guys, it's been a minute. I'm very sorry I haven't been here for a while, but it's been a lot. I have so much to say, so much to talk about. But today's vlog is gonna be my I don't know how to explain it. By now this video will have a title and a caption, but right now I'm struggling to find the right title for it. I think it's gonna be my driving story. My driving story. My driving story and my driving update. Guys, right now I have started driving. I am now a legal driver in America. I have a legal driver's license and a permanent one for that matter, and I'm so thankful. I give thanks to God. It's been a journey. It's been hectic. I don't know, driving is something I've always wanted to learn. It's always something I wanted to do since I was a child. Since I've been wise enough to know what driving is, I've always wanted to do it. So imagine, trying to learn something, and then when you start learning, you find it so difficult to learn. All your how let's say, your expectations, your goals, your achievement, it wasn't coming forth to life. Imagine how frustrating that was. But yeah, let me not jump to the end. Let me start from the beginning and get right into this video. So yeah, coming to America as an international student, I knew nothing about driving. I was as blank as anything about concerning driving and anything, and I was supposed to learn before I traveled, but I couldn't learn because the timing was too short. So I couldn't bring myself. Driving is 2 months, 3 months, but I got my visa in less than a week, and I already came to America in a month. So I didn't have time to learn how to drive. And then I came here hoping to finally start driving. I remember my friends would say, "Oh, if I ain't driving now, or if I ain't driving now," but I'll be like, "Oh no, I'm not yet driving," and they'll be so disappointed and everything. Well, yeah, let me not jump, let me still be going through what I'm saying. So yeah, sorry guys if you hear any noise. The car is just on. I'm running the engine, and there's AC on as well, so just in case you hear anything. Yeah, as I was saying, I came to America. I had no knowledge of driving, and I really I was excited. I wanted to learn how to drive, and I don't know why I'm doing this vlog, but I know that I want to share this story with somebody it might not be driving, it might be something else that you are willing or you want to learn how to do, and you're finding it so difficult. I want to tell you not to give up, because life is not about giving up. You cannot afford to give up, because whoever gives up is who loses, and that's just the honest truth about life. So yeah, I think that's what motivated me to share this vlog, because normally everybody drives, there's no big deal, but to me it was a big deal. Yes, I was saying, so I came to America with no knowledge of driving, and then I started learning how to drive with my uncle that I was staying with, or I am staying with at the moment. And then it was a hustle. I learned and I still wasn't learning how to drive. I was frustrated. It was chaotic. I was sad. I was sad. Imagine being excited trying to learn something and then it just goes away just like that. Like, you can't do it, you can't bring yourself to do it. And it's not like I'm okay, I'm a young girl, I'm supposed to know how to drive, right? And then I started learning, and I wasn't learning how to drive. The first day, the second day, the third day, the fourth day, the fifth day, the sixth day, the seventh day, and then my uncle gave up, and and then he was like, oh, he thinks I have to go to a driving school to, teach me how to get on the road and to learn how to drive. And I was like, okay. And then we all know that driving here is very important in America. Like, it's one of the key skills you need to have as an individual. And because of that, driving schools are not cheap in America. They are not cheap at all in America. You can see just learn how to drive for 7 days, almost $400. If you convert that to Nigerian money, that's like 400,000 naira to learn how to drive. So I was very hesitant about it. I didn't want to spend that much money to learn how to drive, and so I decided to learn how to drive. My cousin from my mom's side, yeah, he's in America as well. So he started teaching me how to drive after like 1 month of my uncle abandoning me. Then my cousin picked me up from where we stopped, and then I continued learning how to drive. One thing, my cousin he's a very busy person. He hardly had time, but we still went on the road. Not on the road, like you have to start with parking lots. So we started with parking lots, and it was still no progress. Like, I could drive, but I still had fear, and I still was very slow to the whole process and everything. I think that's what made my cousins actually tired of teaching me, because it was like, this guy is not learning how to drive. But my cousin tried, my uncle also tried for me. I won't even lie about that. They both did their part and their best. But I think in my cousin's case, it was a matter of he didn't have time, and I was also slow to learn the whole process. So that's why he kind of left me hanging. So I get his own point. But anyway, let's move on to the next part of the story. So after that passed, then I said to go to a driving school, because all this time I was spending money on Uber, and Uber is not cheap as well. I can spend money on Uber for the whole week, and I'll be spending almost $100, $200 for Uber. Mind you, I have 2 jobs, and I also pay my school fees here. So the expenses are kind of a little too much. But anyways, I managed to pay for a driving school. I still managed to pay for driving school. I paid $375 for 5 lessons and a stimulating test. And then with the driving school, I kind of made progress, because I was put on the road eventually, and that kind of built my confidence to drive on the road. But mind you, at this point, it was already a year that I had moved to America. Me going to driving school was already a year. Like I said, I've been in America for 2 years, and at the point I went to driving school was already a year. So you can imagine how much money I spent on Uber, and I spent on my transportation as well. And then I went to the driving school. I paid for the driving lessons. I started going on the road. By then also, I also had a permit, like a temporary driver's license, where because I'm above 25, I can get a permit, but somebody has to be in the car with me. It's a restricted driver's license kind of. But yeah, because I'm above 25, I didn't really have to do all the whole 6 hours course and everything, because they believe, as a 25-year-old or more, you should learn how to drive. But mind you, I was 21 and I was struggling. It's crazy. So yeah, as I was saying, and then I wrote for driving classes with the driving school, and then they kind of boost my confidence to go on the road. My confidence was not totally there, don't get me wrong, but like they kind of like helped me like go on the road and move on the road, which is the most important thing. And then at this point, you know, I also didn't have a car at that time, and we all know that once you learn how to drive, the next thing is buying a car, because if you don't drive in like 2, 3, 4 months, 5 months as a new driver, you kind of might forget everything that you've learned. Not like you forget it, but like it won't be fresh in your mind. Like it won't be as like the way you learned it when you were like still learning and everything. So I did the 5 lessons. By then I was a little bit better in my driving, but then came the part of the driving test. So we all know that also in America, once you're done with having a permanent driver's license and you believe that you can, you know, take a driving test certifies you to be a licensed driver. So at that point they give you like a permanent driving license, like somebody doesn't have to be in the car with you, you can drive yourself to anywhere. And then at that point I took my first driving test, and boy, I failed woefully. Like I failed with my whole chest. I failed. God, I failed the first time, and I felt so bad, you know. But like I said, this was already 1 year plus at that point of my first driving test, and I failed, and I gave up because I had spent so much money, time, effort. I put my energy to learn how to drive. I put my whole everything to learn. I remember having a conversation with my mom and telling her that I was tired of learning how to drive, that I didn't know why I wasn't getting it and why I wasn't, you know, like matching up with people's expectation of me. And then I gave up. Actually, I gave up, and I continued using my Uber. I continued paying for transport. You know, I continued spending my money and hoping and praying that somehow, someday, I would drive and I would get a car and learn how to drive eventually. And then some months after 1 year, you know, randomly out of the blues, somebody dashed me a car. Mind you, car in America is not cheap. And why I say all these things is why I'm trying to give you guys price, so that you know the reasons why I didn't do these things on my own, or why I couldn't get them on my own. So that you not be like, oh, why is this girl not getting all these things, or why did she have to wait so long? If I can get these things so guys, I was saying that all these things that I'm sure people are wondering, why can't you just buy it and stuff like that. I'm like, I couldn't have afforded all those things because, you know, I was an international student. I was paying so much money for my school and 1 or 2 things. Though I don't pay rent, but like, you know, I still needed money for 1 or 2 things, and ICA in America is not cheap. It's really not cheap and everything. Then almost another year passed. You guys remember that when I had started driving school, it was already 1 year, and then I let another year pass, and then let's fast forward to like this year, July 2024, and then God made somebody really sweet to dash me, to bless me with this car. Like, I didn't pay a dime for it, I didn't pay money for it, I didn't pay nothing for this car, and this car just appeared as a gift to me. Boom. And I was like, oh my God, like it was surreal, and I just felt like that was God's way of telling me, my daughter, it's time to learn how to drive. After 2 years, I had spent so much money on my Ubers, my transportation, so much money, and I was, you know, really not happy about it. But anyways, I eventually, you know, tried again for my driving test, and the second time it was an epic failure again. The second time was July 2024. It wasn't even like far back, just this July that like just ended. That was my second driving test, and I failed again. And I'm like, can I do this? I already had a car waiting for me to drive it. Like the first time I had excuses. I didn't have a car, and maybe I wasn't emotionally and mentally ready to drive, and I was like, I used those things to like give myself as excuse. But this time around, I had a car waiting for me at home. So what was my excuse of not passing my driving test? Like I was so like, now wow. So what should pay for me? Like if sorry, that's in English. That means did they cost you like something like that? And then so I took the second one on a Monday, and then I rescheduled it for a Wednesday, because once you feel like that, they try to list your mistakes and tell you where you can achieve better scores and get better points and everything. So I went back that same week. I did the second driving test on a Monday, and then I did the third one on a Wednesday. So I scheduled it one day in between, and I did that out of faith, to be honest, because what could I have possibly corrected in 2 days? I just did it out of faith. I'm like, okay, if these are my mistakes and this is what I'm supposed to do, I'm just gonna do it, and then try to avoid any more mistakes on the driving test day. And then unfortunately I fell ill. I was ill. I developed fever on Tuesday, and then Wednesday was my driving test again, and I'm like, can I do this? Like I wanted to cancel or likely reschedule, but I knew that if I do that I would pay. So I was like, nah, I don't want to pay any more money to even schedule driving test. Was like $75, and I'm like, no, I don't want to waste another money again to just I paid that $75 almost 3 times. So I went with faith, and as sick as I was, I went, and that was there past the driving test. It was so funny, and I'm just like there sitting down with the instructor telling me congratulations, and I'm like, what did you say, sir? What did you say? Did you say your girl drives now? Did you say your girl can be driving now? Well, yeah, at that point he was like, oh, congratulations, you passed your driving test, blah 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 blah, you passed everything, you had no mistakes, no corrections. And I'm like sitting down there, I'm like, are you serious? Are you for real? God, this can only be you. And I just want to say that this experience, I've never really had any major experience like this in life, to be honest, because I'm somebody that once I want to do something, I do it, and nothing stops me. Like I've never I've never experienced any challenge, or I want to do something will not be stopping me. I've never so me wanting to learn how to drive and not learning on time, it was somehow for me. It was very chaotic. It was very frustrating. Those were trying times for me. And it was somehow because everybody expects you to drive. Everybody's like, why are you not driving? Oh, why are you not driving? Oh, why are you not driving? Oh, yeah, younger. Why not? And how do I say, oh, I've been failing my driving test, or I don't know how to drive? It doesn't make sense. Like, make it make sense. But I thank God for coming through for me. I thank God. I thank my family. I thank my boyfriend. He's the most supportive person that I know. He yes, why did I skip a part of this story? And then my friend came into the picture. Shout out to Favor, I can never erase you from my driving journey, my love. Favor Wokolo Sontochu Ada. Yes, that girl, she gingered me. She said, if I must drive this car, you must drive. And then she was always beside me. We'll drive to school. Oh my god, why did I call this part of the story? We'll drive to school, we'll drive to school, to different places together. I remember my boyfriend calling her to tell her that please she didn't teach me how to drive, because Favor drive, and I didn't used to drive then. And then my boyfriend, and I think I cried to my boyfriend at some point that, oh, I wanted to learn how to drive and everything. So he was like, okay, he's going to talk to my friend, ginger my friend and everything. So my boyfriend gingered my friend, and then that's how this whole miracle actually took place, if I'm not mistaken, because my friend came and then we started learning. I had to go back to the road, go back to the basics, learn how to drive, and then here I am. Yes, so yeah, here I am, and I'm just grateful to God for so many things, for so many miracles. I'm here to say thank you, and I'm here to share my testimony publicly with everybody on my channel, and even people beyond. I hope people get to see this video and know that, oh, there's actually nothing like the power of our God, to be honest. Because I lost faith. There are people that don't drive, for one reason or the other, but like, what would I say is the reason why I don't know how to drive, So I'm just grateful that God provided me with the car and with the skill and the ability and the strength to actually learn how to drive and start driving eventually. I just want to say thank you, my family, my mommy, I love you, my sister, my brother, my daddy, everybody has supported me on this journey. I say thank you. Thank you guys for watching. I hope my story was not so boring, and I hope you guys are not like, why is getting shit to me? Just like, I just felt it in my heart to share, because I don't know who's going through what and who's going through what. So yeah, I just want to, just share this story, and I just hope somebody out there get motivated and actually start doing what he wants to do. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe, share with a friend, share with your loved one, share with your family. Guys, I'm still on 88 subscribers. First of all, thank you guys for not leaving me, because I'm not consistent one bit, but you guys are still with me, so I say thank you. And I know that hopefully by the end of the year I should be able to get 100 subscribers. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.